Live from Urbana High School's Blackman Field, the Tigers Media Network is proud to present Urbana Tigers girls soccer on this brisk April evening. Hello everybody, I'm Joey Wright, set and ready to go as our Urbana Tigers get set to battle the crosstown rival Centennial Chargers. They've crossed Wright Street and they hope to score a still early season win against the Tigers. We'll see. It should be a fun one here, just moments away from kickoff. This Tigers team rolling in optimistic. They've played several games this season, some wins, some losses, but tonight a great night to break into the win column here against this crosstown rival. These games are always fun when you're talking about two crosstown opponents. Both teams huddling right now, getting set and ready to go, just going over the battle strategies amongst each other. Looks like the Tigers will be the first to break huddle, quickly followed by the Chargers. And it looks like it will be Centennial starting with the ball. And the goal for Urbana, Lauren Reifstack, and for Centennial, it'll be Jordan DeLuce tending goal. So we'll see. We're set and ready to go. Centennial in the center circle. They will kick it off, and we are underway. Our first soccer presentation of the year. Here's Centennial now controlling the ball. Tigers 40-yard line and advancing. And it'll be Sophie Dowling punting it away for the Tigers. Centennial there to pick it up, and here we go. Controlled by Amy Paul, and she'll advance it up now. This is Mary Woods. Woods contested by Owen. Now up the field we go, and Sophie Dowling is there to take it away. Kaylee McQueen up the pitch. And America Moreno-Duran keeps it in bounds, and a chance for the Tigers here to strike early. Let's see. McQueen back to Moreno-Duran. To McQueen there at the Chargers' 15-yard line here. And she'll bring it back, finds Owen. Owen at the 25, now to McQueen at the 20. And a nice attempt from her there. It is fielded by DeLuce. Just over 1 minute gone by in our first half of play. DeLuce punts it away. Stout punt. Here's McQueen. And DeLuce slides and retrieves the ball. She'll look to punt it again, more than likely. And indeed, that's the course of action that she decides to take. And here's Centennial now, another chance. Pass intended there for, look like number 14, Cassidy Strode. Controlled by Urbana now, and Donald looked for McQueen, couldn't find her. That's Bree Donald, number 3. And here's Centennial now, attacking, looking to advance the ball. They do just that, but it's Josie Pines there for Urbana to cut off the Charger attack. Well, not quite yet. And in fact, Centennial nearly regained possession. And now look at that. They possess the ball near the corner there. Looks like they're going to throw it inbounds at about what would be the 5-yard line for football. They'll kick it inbounds. Oh, nope, they are going to throw it. And here's the pass. And it's America Moreno-Duran. Cut off by Centennial, and here they go. Tigers have controlled the ball a little more often than have Centennial thus far, but it's still pretty even. Ball into Charger territory, so they'll have to cut this off, and indeed they'll do just that. Olivia DeVries cuts it off, and Jewelry Kiyodara will throw it in for Urbana. And thrown in, looked like America Moreno-Duran didn't quite expect that. She picked it up And that will place the ball into possession of the Chargers. Mary Woods up the pitch now. It's cut off by Urbana. And now chipped up. Looks like Centennial will get there. Cassidy Strode. However, now it's going to find the feet of Bree Donald. A little tussle for it there out of our view, and comes back into our view at Centennial. It's Casey Lavin, I believe. Yep. Elizabeth Coates back to Lavin. Lavin number 13 for this Chargers team. And wide to the right, our first shot we've seen from Centennial. Lauren Reifsteck, senior goalkeeper, will kick it, hopefully, to Urbana. Well, folks, it is a bit of a chilly one here in Urbana today. Not the worst weather we've ever faced for a broadcast. However, fairly cold. Well, I wouldn't even say cold. Well, we'll hold that thought as Centennial will strike first. Nothing cold about that goal from Cassidy Strode. Will put the Chargers up 1-0 with 35 minutes and 10 seconds left in our first half of play. A nice job from Cassidy Strode to put the Chargers ahead 1-0. And as I was saying about the weather, you know, these players are in essentially T-shirts and shorts. You know, obviously some of them wear long sleeves under their jerseys, but you know, it can be a little cold if you're not moving around. Obviously these players are moving around, so I don't think it'll be too big of an issue, but definitely something to monitor as the game progresses. It's Cara Munro now. That's Bree Donald, and Donald passes it to Munro. And DeLuce fielding it, no problem there. And this is where the Chargers, rather the Tigers, have to answer back. You know, you're down 1 goal early on. Not the end of the world, obviously, but you know, you don't want to fall back too far behind this as the game moves along. And here's Strode again. And as she advances the ball down the field, finds the hands of Reifsteck, who punts it away. High punt, not a whole lot on that. Does cross midfield, and Centennial is there. Amy Paul to Casey Lavin. And led down the field, fielded by Lauren. Shouldn't be much of a problem there. She'll get it down the field, and Centennial's there first, and here's Lavin. Lavin up to Strode, and we've seen her score. It's going to be offsides, so she won't score there. You know, you score that early. Great opportunity for you to register 2 or even 3 goals in one game. Always nice. See if she can tack on another 1 or 2. And here's Kaylee McQueen, who was sidelined last year with an ACL injury, back stronger than ever this year, her senior year, so we look forward to seeing her make the most of it. Was one of the Tigers' best players before she went down, even as an underclassman, so it's been a fun recovery to watch. Here's Emma Taylor, also a senior now, and out of bounds, looked like it was last kicked by Centennial, so Jewelry Kiyodara, another senior, will throw it in. .32:40 left in our first half of play. And here's Strode. Strode, guarded by Dowling, not afraid to get physical there. And here we go, a nice maneuver from Mary Woods. Bree Donald cuts her off, and it looks like that's going to be Cara. Indeed it is. Pass errant, and it finds Centennial. Reifstack is there for Urbana. Pretty good crowd here at Blackman Field. You get a good crowd, you know. It's a crosstown rivalry game. These games, quite the draw. Other athletes for Urbana, you know, the track team was practicing right behind us. So after practice, several of them came here. Our softball team in action today against Central on the softball field, just also behind us on the other side of the school. So I'm sure a few of them are down there after their game. Not sure the outcome of that, but quite the busy day for Tiger Athletics. Here's Woods. She won't do anything with that, and it will be Dowling. Just advances it to Reifstack, who kicks it down to Lavin. And here's Yazzarelli there to try and do something with it. Couldn't do it. Josie Pines. Oh, had it stolen away, and a chance for Centennial. Mary Woods off of Rebecca Owen. It should be a corner kick for Centennial here. And it will be. Stout defense from Rebecca there. Junior for this Tigers team. Was an impact player last year. Has been an impact player this year. And here's the corner from Centennial. Not a very strong initial attack, and a whistle is blown. Wind picking up here a little bit, as Urbana will take it now. It'll be Owen passing it, and we will see where it goes. Pass down to about the 25-yard line for football. Only 100 yards playable in a football game, 120 yards for soccer. Factor in the end zones, and that one's out of bounds. Kicked over the fence that separates the field from the street behind us. Here's Taylor, couldn't quite get to it in time. And Centennial, another chance to attack. Mary Woods out of bounds. It will stay with the Chargers, and Woods will throw it in. Throws it in, finds Miriam Azudani. Here's Dowling. And they throw it in to the Chargers. Goes to Urbana, and Dowling kicks it up. Lavin is there. Heads it. Check that wasn't Lavin. That was rather Elizabeth Coates. Now this is Lavin, who passes it back to Amy Paul. And pass there was intended for Woods. Stays with Centennial, and it's Coates now to Lavin. Lavin intercepted by Owen. McQueen. Well, now it's back to Lavin. Pass blocked, and once again it goes back to Lavin now, and after a stop at Catherine Bell, goes back to Casey Lavin again. Now to, I think that's Mary Woods. Back to Lavin. Seems like that's been a theme of this possession. And Lavin will take a shot from the 25-yard line, about 35 feet away from the goal, wide left. Not a problem for Reifstack. She didn't have to do anything for that. Now she'll pick it up and kick it away. See if the Tigers can advance it down the pitch this time around, and it's Owen. Pretty stout defensive attack from the Chargers thus far. They haven't let Urbana do much. It's Coates. That was Lavin. And off of Reifstack there. Nothing cooking. 23.5 minutes left in our first half of play. So here's Reifstack. See what she can do. And it's McQueen. Nice job of get in there and interrupt the Centennial possession. Now it's back to Lavin. And we'll see what the Chargers can do. And they almost score wide left. Lauren Reifstack and the goal's been getting pretty lucky these last two shots. Not anything threatening. And if you're Centennial keeper, Jordan DeLuce, you've got to be loving this. Not a lot for her to deal with through this point in the game. It's been pretty quiet back on that side of the field. Here's Emma Taylor trying to change that. Owen now just passes to Pines, who kicks it right to Casey Lavin now. She tries to get it up the pitch to Cassidy Strode. Goes back to Lavin. Seems like they're running their offense through her for the most part. And from about the 37-yard line, she'll kick it and try to initiate something for this Chargers offense. Pass intended for Strode. Instead, it will go to Olivia DeVries. Josie Pines has it now on the left side of the field, and Centennial kicks it there. That's Dowling and a good chance for Centennial, but a whistle is blown. Whistle is blown. Play continues. 24 minutes left in the first half. And by now, as a player, you're pretty warm. You're not really feeling the weather much. And that'll be a good thing for Mary Woods as she gets set. This will be a penalty kick. Let's see. And Woods connects, and it puts the Chargers up 2-0 with 23 minutes and 38 seconds left in the half. Mary Woods. Second goal for Centennial this evening. And they lead by 2. Big 2-goal lead early on. The Tigers will have to answer back soon. You don't want to go into halftime down 3 or 4 goals. Of course, you don't want to go into halftime down anything, but you definitely want to keep it as close as possible. Sun beginning to set here in Urbana, and I say beginning to set. It probably won't be down for another hour. It's behind some clouds tonight. What was a mostly sunny day is turned somewhat overcast. Not the, not the thickest cloud coverage that I've ever seen. It's definitely pretty good when you compare it to how the weather's been the rest of this week, but and no threat of rain tonight, so that's been something that high schools throughout the area have been struggling with this season, is weather cancellations. It hasn't affected our soccer team quite as badly. than it has our baseball and softball teams, because we play on a turf field that trains itself pretty well. And plus you can play soccer in some light rain. But yeah, baseball and softball have been hit hard. Wet field conditions and what have you. Kaylee McQueen pops it up. It will go out of bounds. And Centennial will possess it. So they'll kick it away. First time in a while the ball's been on this side of the pitch. Oh my gosh. It's quite the evening for sniffles, let me tell you, folks. Not that cold, it's just windy is the thing. That's what gets you. Up go the Tigers. Emma Taylor, the intended recipient of the pass. Instead, Centennial takes over, and now Rebecca Owen finds Taylor. And here we go. Chance for the Tigers. DeLuce is there to field it. Hustling to get it was Dio Acosta. Couldn't quite get there. But Urbana might have a chance here. They engage the ball at the 40-yard line, and now they'll chase Centennial down the pitch. Mary Woods got a shot off, but it was not before the whistle sounded. And it looks like this should be Urbana's ball at what would be their own 35-yard line for football. And, you know, I mentioned the yard line and whatnot. Pretty good reference point for where the ball is. Here's McQueen. McQueen to Badio Acosta. Whistle's blown. And it will be Centennial's ball. Here's Dowling, and Dowling now to Taylor. We'll see what Kaylee McQueen can do with it here. Tigers could have a chance to break away. It is 3 Tigers versus 4 Chargers right now, and McQueen takes it, tries to dribble around her defender, and pass will go off the foot of a Charger there. That was number 10. Azadane, so it'll be a corner kick for the Tigers. See who's going to take it. America Moreno Duran, I think she and McQueen are both back there, so I'm not quite sure who it's going to be. And it will be McQueen to America Moreno Duran. And now the Tigers have to capitalize. Medella inside to McQueen. Whistle's blown, perhaps offsides. Indeed offsides, I believe it will be Centennial who takes over. Well, soccer is indeed the world's game. World Cup coming up later this year. That'll be fun. I'm not a huge World Cup viewer myself, but you know, it's a pretty popular event, I would say. Lots of eyeballs from around the world tune in. And so that'll be a fun thing later this year. I think it's this year. You know, and It's once every 4 years. Last one was in 2014, I want to say, yeah. So, yeah, it was 20, yep. So the World Cup coming up later this year. No America in this year's World Cup. You know, that's never fun, but we'll be back stronger than ever in 2022. United States of America, 2022 World Cup champions. Calling it right now. Bold take, but, you know, I'll stick with it. Yeah, if it's between the World Cup and the Olympics, I would take the Olympics, I'd say. The Summer Olympics. Here's Urbana. Whistle blown. Both the Winter and Summer Olympics have their pros and cons, good events and bad events. Here's Owen. Owen Kiyodara. Now it's Lavin interrupting that. Here's Duran, Moreno Duran. To Kiyodara, a senior on this Tigers team. Been a big impact player for the Tigers for quite a while. "15 minutes and 15 seconds left in our first half. This will go out of bounds. Just joining us, it's Centennial 2, Urbana nothing. Just under 15 to play in our first half of play. Centennial led by goals from Mary Woods on a penalty kick, and Cassidy Strode, who just about 5 minutes into the game put the Chargers ahead 1-0. You know, Urbana in the last few minutes has done a pretty good job of keeping the ball on Centennial's side of the field, giving themselves a chance to score. Well, we'll hold that thought as Centennial looks to mount their own chance to score. It's Woods, guarded by Pines. She'll kick it down the pitch, and Reifstack there to glove it. She'll punt it away. Falling down is Coates, Elizabeth Coates. Looked like McQueen warned there by one of our officials. Two officials this afternoon, one wearing a beanie and the other without any sort of headgear. So the beanie wearing official also in glasses tonight. So offsides. Perhaps the beanie's to keep his glasses on. Huh? Don't know why he's wearing it. I mean, it's definitely chilly out, so it could play a role in his decision. I'm not sure, though, what ultimately prompted him to make the call. Beanie or no beanie, as Jordan DeLuce with the save. 12:20 left in the first half. Our next broadcast, softball next week, Thursday, April 12th, yep, against Normal Community. Big 12 softball on the Tigers Media Network, and I believe that the Tigers took down Central today. I'm not sure if they won or not, but someone told me that it was a good game. An Urbana player did, so you would usually interpret someone saying that, you know, it was a good game, to mean that their team won. Not sure, but we'll have the final score for you later today. It's been a rough season for the Tigers softball team to this point. Prior to today's game, they were 1-8, so surprising. I thought they'd have a better year, but he's been having a sneaky good year. Tigers baseball team has been doing okay. Not great. A lot of the players on the team will tell you they're doing great. They're not. They're doing okay. But coming off of a rough season last year, it's big improvement. That's what you want to see. Here's McQueen. And that pass, Munro couldn't catch up with it, right out of bounds, and Amy Paul handoff there to Elizabeth Coates. Coates throws it. Oh, it slipped out of her hands. A bit of a lighthearted moment there. Just joining us, Joey Wright on the mic and Jason Liggett behind our camera tonight. Munro now will kick it to Centennial. Mary Woods. Here's Owen. Catches up with it and kicks it right over to Moreno Duran. And Centennial pushing again. We've seen them do this a few times. Now they'll try and set up some offense. Pass to Mary Woods was wide to the left from our perspective. And Paul to Urbana. McQueen out of bounds. Ball she almost kept it in, but didn't quite succeed. And back to the action we go. Thrown in. Lavin, guarded by Kiyodara. Out of bounds. Rivestack will pick it up. Just under 8.5 minutes left in our first half of play. Where's the ball? It's right there. It's a corner kick for Centennial that they almost convert on and don't quite. Nice save from Rivestack. Wow. Yeah, the ball was kicked there, and it looked like there was some hesitation on the part of a few Centennial players. And that allowed Reifstack to dive in there and make the play. Now here's McQueen. The Tigers energized by that most recent development. Save from DeLuce. As that was happening, a car pulled into the parking lot, and you always got to wonder when something like that happens, what's the story behind that? Why was that car in the parking lot? Who was driving it? All of that sort of stuff. And we may never know the answer to that question. Centennial with the chance here, and it's Dowling. You know, I think I've been pretty good on everyone's names today. And I say that because it seems like whenever we're doing these girls soccer games, I make some sort of error with the names. It's like, you know, you'll have two people I know, or more than two people I know, with the same first name, and I'll just, without thinking, call them a different last name or something. So I think I've been pretty good with pronunciations today and names. Definitely made some interesting gaffes with names in past girls soccer games. And, I don't know what it is about girls soccer that causes me to do that. Like, we've had a few Kayleys at our school in the past. We currently have like 20 different Sophies. Urbana with a chance to score into McQueen. And Centennial emerges with the ball. Tigers offense a little more aggressive in these recent moments. Blackman Field and McKinley Field this weekend will play host to the Girls Soccer Invitational tournament the Tigers host every year. That is tomorrow and Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow after school and Saturday morning and afternoon. Should be a pretty fun event. It usually is. Tigers threatening. Let's see. Inside, out of bounds. Whose ball will it be? It will stay with Urbana. Corner kick for the Tigers. Here's Kaylee McQueen. Under 4 minutes left in the first half. Out of bounds. This will be Centennial's ball. Aggressive soccer from McQueen. Nearly caused some problems for Centennial, but DeLuce will punt it away. Good punt. Here's Moonrow. Oh, over her head. Here's Allie Hinges. Oh, and Medella to McQueen. McQueen, who's she going to pass it to? Oh, finds Medella. Under 3 minutes left, about 2:50 remaining, and it will stay with Urbana. Into Kiyodara. Back to Moonrow, and Moonrow to Hinges. Well, here's a chance for the Tigers. Popped up into the air. Lands on the ground. And McQueen rushes in. Tigers careful not to jump off sides here. Here's Moonrow. Oh, Centennial will clear it. Tigers still with a chance. Bree Donald comes in. And here's Medella. Precious Medella. Out of bounds, off of Centennial. The Tigers have the ball. It's on the Centennial side of the field, so they're threatening here. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Headed away, looked like that was Centennial. It was off the body of hinges. And Lavin. Off of, I think that deflected off Kiyodara. Here's Medella, heads it up. Centennial there. Here's Hinges, kicks it. Can Moonrow catch it? Not before it goes out of bounds. Minute 20 left in the first half. And 1 minute remaining in the first half. Centennial looking to end the first half strong. 30 seconds left. Tigers defense holding. Here's Moonrow, and now Centennial will throw it in. Centennial, some sort of hold up. Now it goes in. Here's a header away from Kiyodara. McQueen is there. 5 seconds left, and it looks like that'll be all. Lavin and the horn. So that's the half. 1 half in the books, and Centennial up 2-0. We will be back for more in about 10 minutes. Keep watching soccer on the Tigers Media Network. And we're back on the Tigers Media Network. Second half about to begin. Centennial up 2-0. Live on the Tigers Media Network, I should add. Centennial up 2-0 here. It is Urbana starting off the second half with the ball. And we're underway. 11-0 was not the score of our softball game. 11-1 was the score of our softball game. A big win for our Tigers over the crosstown rival Central Maroons. So a nice job from our softball team to add a win to the win column. A bit of an up and down year for them, as I mentioned earlier, but nice win over the Maroons for them today. We've switched sides, so now Centennial threatens here early in the first portion of the second half. And here's Lavin. This is going to go wide to the left and wide to the left of the net, even behind the net, on to where they throw the shot put and discus for track and field. You know, the shot put and discus, especially the discus area, well, and the shot put area too. I mean, they're facing the street. I don't know why they were aligned that way rather than put in the other corner there, closest to that intersection. Because you know, in theory, you could have a particularly talented individual throw that discus right out of the area and onto the street. Shot put, I don't think anyone could get it that far. Discus, perhaps. mean, you know, I mean, either way, there's going to be a barrier stopping it because, you know, it would hit the bleachers or something if it, you know, was put in the other corner. But just things you notice. Things you notice in 4 years atop the press box. Here's Centennial, and they'll score. Centennial goes up 3-0, and credit that goal. I think that was Cassidy Strode. Perhaps that was Taylor Davis, and I think that was Taylor Davis, number 12, who scored that. So Taylor Davis puts the Chargers up 3-0, 37:43 left in the second half. Tigers down big, not out of it yet, but down big here early in our second half. Now, the mercy rule, should we need it, is 7 goals, and it cuts the time in half. So say a team goes up 7-0 with 20 minutes left, they would take half that off the clock and put 10 minutes on the board in its place. And, you know, 35 would become 17. And you know, now I don't think we'll need the mercy rule. I don't think we'll need anything like that. But just in case the Chargers made a little run here, that's how it would go. And if they did that, I really don't think it would make a huge impact. Because there was a game at some point, either last year or 2 years ago or whatever, where, you know, the score did become 7-0 or 8-1 or whatever, but there were only 5 minutes left in the game, so it didn't really shorten it any. When the beanied referee yells up to the press box, they are going to take 45 seconds off the clock, so 36:58 left now in our ball game. Sun continues to set here at Blackman Field. Lights are on. And Reifstack will kick it away. Well, here's Urbana. And now Centennial threatening. A nice kick from Claire Sherrick. Now it's Urbana's ball. Well, what do Gavin Campbell and Ricardo Vargas have to say about the weekly happenings in the world of basketball? Find out each week on Urbana Public Television's GCRV Hoops. Or most weeks, whenever they decide to come in and tape one. Gavin Campbell was sick this week, so no new offering this week, but most weeks it's Gavin Campbell and Ricardo Vargas shooting the breeze and talking hoops. GCRV Hoops each week on UPTV. Wide left, and Reifstack will take over here and probably punt it or kick it away. Nope, it'll be Rebecca Owen who will come in and handle it. Another fan favorite, the Tom Hartman program, weekdays at noon on Urbana Public Television. Syndicated program from Tom Hartman. Spells his name Thom, not the traditional spelling. Throws an H in there just to throw some people off, but not me. I know how to say his name. And here goes Centennial. They're pushing it. And gloved by Reifstack. Nice save. 33-20 left in our second half. Well, baseball player Jake Welbus. He was Gazette Athlete of the Week for this past week. Congratulations to Jake on his achievement. He drove in, I believe it was like something crazy last Saturday. I think it was 7 runs against Westville and Rantoul. 2 wins for the Tigers against Westville and Rantoul on this past Saturday. The Rantoul win was nice. Westville's pretty bad, but good win against Rantoul. And you know what's cool about Urbana and Westville? The mascot for both of our schools, the Tigers. And I believe Westville wears orange and black as well. So that's a fun little coincidence. I wouldn't even call it fun, but it's just a coincidence there. And this is going to be kicked almost into someone's yard. There's a fence there, so not quite into that yard, but the house to the left of the one that ball landed in front of, I saw 3 doggies in the yard earlier. They were clamoring to be let inside, and they are no longer in the yard, so I assume that's where they're at. As 2 cars pass us by on that street, a red one and sort of a tan one, I would say. Not quite, maybe silver. The lighting is tough to tell. Some sort of muted pastel sort of color. Here's America Moreno Duran. Finds McQueen. Deflected off of a few Chargers. And it's Lavin up the pitch now. This is Mary Woods, who scored on a penalty kick in the first half. Now out of bounds. Urbana ball. Well, it's a tradition like no other. The Masters tournament upon us once more. Coverage tomorrow on ESPN and Saturday and Sunday on CBS. Jordan Spieth leads after 1 round. He's 6 under par. Fan favorite Tiger Woods, 1 over par at the moment. So can Tiger mount the comeback in his return to the Masters? Well, we'll see as the weekend progresses. And the way the weather's been here in central Illinois, I really do wish I was at Augusta National in Augusta, Georgia this weekend. Such a beautiful course. And a beautiful tournament, really, as well. I don't know how they putt. I've been golfing several times, more than most high school seniors. And putting is my weakness. My short game is just terrible. I mean, man, Mud putts are not good. Fielded by DeLuce. Nice save. .38-33 left in the half, and Centennial with the ball just across midfield. It is on Urbana's side of the field. Here's Owen, and now here goes Centennial, and nice save from Reifstack. 27:50 left in the second half. Well, we'll hold that thought. This is popped up into the air. Reifstack watches it go out of bounds. Well, the race for governor is on. Incumbent Republican Bruce Rauner and challenger Democrat J.B. Pritzker. It should be a fun one playing out this summer and this fall across the state of Illinois. Who will it be? Find out this fall. Here's Owen. And Centennial wide to the right, and they had a chance there. Couldn't capitalize. And here's Owen will kick it away. Centennial still with the ball. This is Mary Woods at the 15-yard line, and here's Casey Lavin to the right side, evading some Urbana defenders. Chance for Centennial, and they almost knocked it in. That was right to, it looked like Danielle Monge Vargas. Stays with Urbana. And Owen will kick it away. Now Centennial threatening, and this is wide, rather high, higher than the goal, and Reifstack will field it and try and advance it and clear it out for the Tigers so that they can maybe get some offense going. 25:30 left in our second half. Second half that's been going by at a pretty good clip. Mary Woods comes in, and she'll kick it, and kick it again. Chance for Centennial. Still a chance. They can't capitalize, and it's Bree Donald. Out of bounds. Well, what are Don Owen, John Dimmitt, and the rest of those wacky school board members up to? Find out in the next Urbana School District 116 Board of Education meeting, Tuesday, April 17th, live on Urbana Public Television. Coverage begins at 7:30. Last meeting was a marathon, lasted more than 2 hours. 2 hours and 5 minutes. Covered a lot of ground. Truly an instant classic. Available on YouTube if you want to check it out. Here's Urbana going up the pitch. And if you think those school board meetings are fun, check out those Urbana City Council meetings every Monday. Those are a hoot. I like to meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings with some buddies. We have a viewing party. Kaylee McQueen, a chance. Got past Duluth. Let's see. Oh, can't kick it in. Centennial's there. Moreno Duran kicks it off of Taylor. That was the best chance the Tigers have had all night, and Centennial did a great job of cutting it off. Donald now. Oh, Bree Donald, a nice job to poke it free. And Elia McDaniel now. Here's Keo Dara. And McDaniel's fresh into the game. Didn't play in the first half. Up to McQueen. I think that let her a little too much. Goes out of our field view. Obstructed by, ironically, the soccer press box. Buffalo Wild Wings sounds really good right now. Or Scotty's. Scotty's is a nice establishment. Scotty's will take care of you, man. They're good. Food is top notch. Well, not top notch. There are a lot of places better to eat than Scotty's, but. Black Dog, good place to eat. Wide to the right of the goal. Reichstock will run over and retrieve it, and man, in the last 30 seconds, it got quite a bit colder. And man, snow expected this Sunday. Nothing too crazy, but it is going to snow on April 8th. That's just like, man, stop. Stay away, cold. I feel bad for all the birds who came back home thinking it'd be all nice and maybe a little cool, but definitely not cold. And, you know, they've just come home and now they're cold. Nothing they can do about it because they're birds. Quite sad. And you know, for English class, we've got a 12-page paper coming up. We've got to write. We've got to pick a global issue and write 12 pages about that. I might just choose how do birds stay warm, because that's birds all across the globe have that problem. You know, if it's a cold day and you know, it's just like, man, because they can't. There are no coats they can put on or anything like that. You just gotta suck it up. Out of bounds. Centennial ball. Off jogs Vanessa Ramon Calderon for the Tigers. Under 20 minutes left, 19:40 remain in the second half. Centennial up 3-0. Clock will be reset to 1950. I'm not quite sure what the holdup is here. And we'll get going again. Right stack punts it away. Out of bounds. Oh. You know, I think Snapchat is now unblocked on our school Wi-Fi. That's a big story. I don't know if it's permanently good to go or if it's just, you know, been a non-issue these past few days. But I've been able to use Snapchat freely on the Wi-Fi today, so that's a nice thing. It's been a rough year for internet at Urbana High School. And, you know, it's really disappointing how bad our network has been, but it's whatever. We don't need the internet in 2018. I only talk to people through letters. I don't even own a phone. I just use a tin can and a piece of string. Well, 2 tin cans and a piece of string. Get coverage anywhere in the United States as long as you're in the same room as the person you want to talk to. Oh, some bug just flew into me or something. Something just... Huh, I don't know what that was about, but we're good to go. And the scoreboard's off. The scoreboard is turned off. Well, yeah, who needs a scoreboard? I mean, that's... Yeah, 3-0's the score. We just count down manually, you know. And we're going to play on. Yep, scoreboard's back on, so we're good to go. No, I kid because I care. We gotten our internet. The internet has been really a non-issue this semester. Now, last semester it was pretty iffy. We figured it out. .5 minutes left to play. Tigers are down 3-0. Now they could still mount a run. Not out of it yet. Get that first goal, and then who knows what can follow. Centennial scored within the first 5 minutes of this game, so not impossible. But it will be tricky. Oh. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, that was you who threw that? Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a bug. Yeah, what was that?
Like a little bird, bird.
Ah. Yeah, it was our athletic director, Steve Waller, who threw something at me. That was no bug. 15.5 left to play. Again, our next broadcast, it's Big 12 softball on the Tigers Media Network. Next Thursday, our Tigers battle Normal Community. It's a busy week for them next week. I know they host Leroy at home on Tuesday, and I think they travel to Villa Grove on Monday, if I remember that correctly, and I believe they play on Wednesday too. Don't quote me on that, but it'll be a tough week for our softball team, and you got to hope that they can pull out a few wins next week. And then they're at a tournament of some sort on Saturday, so this Saturday. So it's gonna be cold. It's where when I manage the baseball team, I always like to wear a jacket under my uniform, and I didn't have to wear the same uniform as the rest of the team. I could kind of fake it a little bit, but. And Centennial, no goal there. 14.5 left to play. And Centennial, Mary Woods off the top of the crossbar and in. The Chargers lead 4-0. 14 minutes, 9 seconds left in the second half, and you've got to figure that might be the final nail in the coffin for the Tigers. Down now 4 goals. Good game if you like Centennial highlights. Urbana trying to answer back. Here's Emma Taylor. Back to Bree Donald. And Mary Woods breaks away. Inside the 5-yard line. Emma Taylor can't catch up with her. That wasn't Emma Taylor. That was Josie Pines. Couldn't catch up with her. The Chargers up 5-0 now. Wow, Chargers pouring it on now late in the stages of this one. 5-0 is their lead. Mary Woods again strikes and just totally seals off the hopes for Urbana. And, man, I got to tell you, this Centennial JV team, they're down there. They're like a little student section, cheerleading squad. They've got quite the atmosphere that they've created. This might be one of those games where we get to the 7-goal thing, but it's like with 5 minutes left, and it makes no difference to us. If anyone out there wants to pitch their own Urbana public television program, I have had quite the idea for several years now for a show. If anyone wants to make this happen, it would be called Library Live, and it would be filmed at the Urbana Free Library. It would be a look at some new books perhaps they have that week or month, perhaps some librarians discussing their literary favorites, that sort of thing. And I really think that would just be a great idea for a public television show. So if anyone wants to make it happen, Library Live, I would love to be a contributor or something like that. I am pretty well read myself. I have quite the arsenal of books that I could personally discuss. Nice job from America to do that there. It's been a while since I've read it, but Don't Put Me In, Coach, written by Mark Titus, the former Ohio State Buckeye basketball player, is a delightful read. It's very funny and details his experience as a bench warmer for the Ohio State University basketball team. His 4 years there. Played with greats such as Mike Conley and Greg Oden, Evan Turner. He was on those teams. Final Four run in 06, 07. Really quite the read if you ever get a chance. It's Don't Put Me In, Coach by Mark Titus. Another one that I read, Al Michaels' book detailing his life and career as a broadcaster. It's a fun read. Good stories and whatnot from Al Michaels. I've heard Jim Nantz has a good book as well. I haven't gotten a chance to check that out yet, but some books in school that we've read that I really enjoy. I really liked The Great Gatsby. To Kill a Mockingbird freshman year was good. I enjoyed pretty much everything we read freshman year. Obviously liked it at the time. Haven't really dealt much with any of those works since. There was this one book I really enjoyed. Forgot what it was called. Actually, it was a play. It wasn't really a book. It was like the script of a play, but it was like gosh, I don't even know, but it was a pretty good read. We read it in class. I don't read a ton of books. So, yeah. If anyone has recommendations, I'm down for them. I have found that I enjoy speeches from, politicians, notable speeches like, the historic ones. I was reading some Robert F. Kennedy earlier today. .40 left in the second half. Centennial up 5-0. Firmly in control of this one. I keep thinking tonight's Friday night. Nope, it's Thursday night, but I won't be in school tomorrow. So that's why I'm thinking it's Friday night. I will be in Peoria. Admitted Student Day, Bradley University, so I'll be there. But I'm not totally decided as to where I will be spending my college years. When will I be decided, you ask? Tune in Tuesday night, my Instagram account. I will be announcing my college decision down to two schools, Bradley and Illinois State University. And if I don't post anything on Tuesday night, I haven't made up my mind yet. So, cause it's quite the decision. It's not only I think the hardest part is what team's apparel do I want to wear for the rest of my life. Two Missouri Valley Conference rivals, just a short drive apart on Interstate 74. Seven minutes left in the second half of this game. Centennial up 5-0, and we have a change in the goal. It'll be freshman Alyssa Pankow coming in to tend the goal for the Tigers. Reifstack checks out, and Tigers have brought in some of the subs. Another freshman's in the game. It's Emma Fristo, number 40. This, man, I'm going to feel this one in my joints later. It is cold out here. No two ways about it. Quite the internal debate. It's my brother's birthday. I'm not quite sure if I'll spend it with him tonight or go to the gym. I need some cardio desperately, let me tell you. Urbana threatening. And, you know, the future of this Tigers program is bright. Head coach David Dunlap, he's got a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, a lot of youth in this program. And the boys soccer program is going to be the same here. They lost a few great seniors and a great coach this year, but, you know, next year the rebuild begins, and they've got a lot of freshmen to make it happen pretty quickly. Obviously, head coach Randy Blackman retiring effective the end of this school year. The new soccer coach for the boys program will be introduced to the team Wednesday after school. Who's it going to be? Well, we'll find out on Wednesday. It's going to be Jason Liggett on the sidelines next year for the Tigers soccer team, getting his big break. Oh, almost over the fence. Not quite. Still a pretty good crowd here in the waning stages of this contest. Dowling, now it's Fristow, and Centennial's Casey Lavin comes in, and a save for Alyssa. Molly Sweeney with a touch there. And a chance for Centennial. They couldn't catch up with it. Could have had a goal there. We'll see. They set up. It's Owen comes in, kicks it away. Should be Centennial's ball. Oh, man. Under 3 minutes left in the game. Two and a half minutes left. And Pankow the save. 2 minutes left in the game. Well, to recap what a game it's been. A few early goals from Centennial and a nice save from Pankow there. A few early goals from Centennial, and they just kept building and building. And they've turned their 1-goal lead into a 5-goal lead, and that's where they're at now. Tigers had some chances, couldn't quite convert, and that'll be That'll be the storyline tonight. Moonrow now and Bree Donald. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to play. Moonrow now up the pitch. Tigers one last chance to get on the board. Out of bounds off of Centennial. They'll throw it in. There's a sense of urgency now. The Tigers don't want to be shut out. Let's see what happens. Here's a chance for them to score wide to the right, just ever so slightly. 30 seconds left, and that may well have been their final chance to score. We'll see if they can get the ball back real quick. Not impossible, but... Oh. And here are the last seconds of the clock ticking off. That's it, and Centennial wins 5-0. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Tigers Girls Soccer on the Tigers Media Network. Centennial wins. It's 5-0 the final score for Jason Lincoln. I'm Joey Wright. Tune in next Thursday as the Tigers battle normal community Tigers softball on the Tigers Media Network.